Hello, once again, this is Uncle Jimmy with Jimmy's Train Station and Travel Adventures, and today we're on another great adventure. We're here in Gettysburg, and we're at the Wyndham Hotel and Courtyard Marriott complex at the Gateway Theater, and they're having a cruise-in car show. So I'm going to show you around, and follow me on this adventure as we look at some cool cars. But the first car we're going to look at and I want to talk about is a classic, and they even made a movie about it, and that car is called the Tucker 48. I'm going to read a little history on the Tucker 48 for you before we go see the actual car, and I'll tell you about the car. Okay, the Tucker 48, commonly referred to as the Tucker Torpedo, was an automobile conceived by Preston Tucker while in Michigan and briefly produced in Chicago, Illinois in 1948. Only 51 cars were made, including their prototype, before the company was forced to declare bankruptcy and cease all operations on March 3rd, 1949. Due to the negative publicity inundated by the news media, a Securities and Exchange Commission investigation, a heavily publicized stock fraud trial, in which the allegations were proven baseless and led to a full acquittal. Tucker suspected that the big three automakers and Michigan Senator Homer S. Ferguson had a role in the Tucker's corporation's demise. The 48's original proposed price was said to be $1,000, but the actual selling price was closer to $4,000. The 1988 movie Tucker, The Man in His Dreams, is based on the saga surrounding the car's production. The film's director, Francis Ford Coppola, is a Tucker owner and displays his vehicles on the ground of his winery. The Tucker 48 is often referred to as the Tucker Torpedo. However, the Torpedo was actually a prototype, and the name was never used for the production model, which was officially called the Tucker 48. So the car was actually made for the general American citizen, and he tried to keep the price at a low rate, and this was in 1948, and it was a luxury sedan for your upper or middle class citizens, and he tried to keep the price lower than the other big three automakers, but it was just too much competition for him against the other three. But it had a rear engine, rear wheel drive, four-wheel independent suspension, rubber torsion tube, no springs, with shock absorbers, and it also had a Boxer 6 horizontally opposed OHV 334.1 cubic inches, 4.50 bore and 3.50 stroke, 7.01 compression ratio, and 166 bhp, 372 pound-foot torque. And it had the transmission. It was a Cord 810 812 Tucker modified Cord. The wheelbase was 128 inches. Length was 219.0 inches. Width was 79 inches, and a height of 60 inches. Now, the car I'm going to show you, the one that's here, is actually the very first Tucker car off the production line. And the lady owns it and like 2 or 3 other ones. And the one she owns that's on display here is the very first one, and I believe the value is over $4 million for it, because it's so rare to find these cars. So join me on this adventure. First, we'll go see the Tucker, and it's displayed in the Wyndham over here inside, so we'll go check it out, and then we'll look around and see what other cars is here. Now, the show here is going from today through Sunday. There's not a whole lot of cars here, but I'll show you what there is to film today. So follow me on this adventure, and if you're watching this, I ask you to please subscribe to my channel, give it a thumbs up. Feel free to like, comment, suggestions of other things you'd like to see in the future. Till then, follow me on this adventure and enjoy these automobiles of these classic cars. So folks, here we are. We're in the Wyndham, and this is the Tucker I was telling you about.
Yeah, the bar is. There should be one on every floor. It'll be just after.
Go around and show you what it looks like.
First room.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
So the cool thing about this car is the engine was in the rear, and the headlights was designed that when you turn the steering wheel to the right, the headlights would move to the right, or if you turn them to the left, they'd move to the left. And I think it's a really neat looking car.
I live a couple hours away, so can't do as much as I'd like to, but I try to.
And I also had a center headlight besides the two that turned and rotated.
She really is. She's a very dear friend.
And they called it the Tin Goose, 1947 Tucker prototype. And I know that they have 2 or 3 in Hershey in the automobile museum up there that's on display. So follow me and we'll go outside and see what other cars we can look at. Let's put this Pontiac right here. It's sharp. Take a look inside. I like the color. Not sure what year this is. I'd say late 50s, early 60s. Pretty sharp. Well, follow me and we'll go look at some more of the vehicles they do have. I know they've got some, I see a Mustang and some older cars from the 20s and 30s, so we'll go over here and take a look. So follow me. I spotted this one, folks. It's a Thunderbird. I think this is so cool this year, Thunderbird. I'm not even sure what year it is, but it's so sharp. And I spotted this over here, so I figured I'd show it to you. Good old Ford Thunderbird. Check out the rear, the way they were designed. Something else. They don't make cars like this no more, that's for sure. Really, really sharp. Well, we'll go across over here and see what kind of cars they have. They look like a lot of old ones. A couple Model Ts and different era Cadillacs. I know they got some Fords. So we'll go over and see what they have. They do have a flea market here too this weekend. And like I said, it runs through Sunday. But I have to work this weekend, so I wanted to get out and film what I could for you. Here's these old Fords. Ain't that something? It's a 1911 Ford. And this one here, I'm not sure what year it is. Probably around the same. Pretty sharp. And we'll walk around here, see the other ones over here. All these look a lot, most of them is Fords, but they do have a Cadillac over here. It's a 1912. Now, is this a Ford also, or what model is this?
Rio.
Rio. Who made that?
Rio.
Rio is a
Ransom E. Olds.
Huh. So it's a company all its own.
Yeah.
Wow.
See, Ransom E. Olds, the man, created the Oldsmobile
Okay.
or car things, and he was doing real well. He sold it to General Motors.
Which would come to Oldsmobile eventually.
Yes. And then in his agreement to be bought out of, he couldn't use his name on another car. So
Wow.
he
Sold his
built a
rights.
second car.
Use his initials.
That's
Rio.
interesting.
Rio.
Yeah, I never heard of it. That's interesting.
And then they were producing cars up into the late 30s. But then when the war started, they're also making a real speed wagon in the trucking area.
Okay, like the song from Mario Speedwagon is probably how they got their name, right? For the group.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so then when they went into the war, they converted all the trucks that were Rio trucks into the 70s.
Wow.
And then they got bought out. And then they, dropped the real name.
Well, thanks for the information. I find that fascinating, interesting, because I'd never even heard of the, I mean, I know the Oldsmobile, but I didn't never heard of the Rio. And then it clicked when I thought about REO Speedwagon, then it clicked.
Yeah, they made they made trucks up the wind.
What?
Rail trucks. They made up in the 60s, 70s,
Into the 70s, yeah.
70s.
Wow. It's interesting. Thank you. This is really cool here. Another Ford. So this one's made for the club, the automobile club. That's pretty cool. They're selling apples.
Not a whole lot there. We can take it real long. They said.
All right, we'll go over here and see some more. It's a convertible. This is really cool. It's a car I would have. I'd have me a convertible. It's for sale. How about that? Don't even use oil. It's just water. Just pukes it out, it says. Now here's a neat one. These cars were built to last too. This is a 1914 Pullman model 646 touring car. This would be is made in York, Pennsylvania. This would be the kind you'd take on road trips back in those days. If you was taking your family somewhere. Be the classic family car right there. 1914 Tillman. And check out this Mustang. These are probably the best Mustangs they made these years in the 60s and 70s. I really love the 60s Mustangs. Really, really sharp. Got some cars pulling in here. There's another sharp one. Looks like it's a Buick. Yeah, it's a Buick. How about that? It's got the Buick symbol on the side.
Yeah. Isn't that really something else?
It's a 1916.
I know where all these 50 trailers
But there's a car show. There's a car show, so.
Says Dodge Brothers, Detroit. 1916.
That woman tapped.
And you got you a Ford here. Another Ford.
Riding a 35 Ford. Every day to get spent. He owns the part on there, gave him a ride and everything.
Now this is sharp. This is a Cadillac. Look at this. Here's your luxury Cadillac from today. Ain't that something?
Once you get the bugs worked out, you know. Well, I say that I took my Buick, saw Buick out this spring, first time.
And here's another
put
Caddy.
a starter on it, and I changed the carburetor, so I was a little leery. So I drove it around a little bit close to home. It sounded good, so I took it off. Down.
Love it's got the top that comes down.
Once you get them right, I'd carry a spare. Well, I've driven this on a couple of
Look inside here.
fairly new. I got it from Mark's Magnetos.
Look at them old wooden wheels on there.
Done with mainly Magnetos, but I've heard they're both real good.
Looks like some more Fords over here. It's a Pullman. I like the collar. The old spare tire here, Firestone. Some big wheels back there. $1912. We got another Ford here. There's what it looks like with the top up on them. 1914 Ford here. Another one. Another 1914. They sure don't make them like this anymore, do they?
No.
Everything's fiberglass now.
We want a New England Branson gas tour.
What was like the speed on these, top speed?
I'll do 40 mile an hour, no problem.
It's not bad.
Somewhere in there.
Be nice to take a Sunday drive in these, wouldn't it?
Yes, it is.
Really nice. $1914. I like the sound of the engines. And like I said, there's not a whole lot here today to see, but I wanted to show you around, show you what I could find. There's a cool one over here I want to go look at before we end this, so follow me on this adventure. So they are having like a flea market selling car parts and different things. We'll go over to that table in a minute and check it out just to see what they got. It's like old oil cans, different things. This is the one I wanted to check out here. Reminds me of a gangster car. Something Al Capone would drive. Look at that. It's a Nash. Kind of a Bonnie and Clyde. Suicide doors. Yeah, that's the kind of car Bonnie and Clyde would have had. Pretty sharp. And like I said, there'll be a lot more cars here this weekend, but I wanted to show you some of them. There's a couple over here we'll go take a look at. 70s models, it looks like. It's a GS. Buick Hot Wheels car. It's pretty cool. 455 GS. Then you got another GS over here. Then you got the Camaro Super Sport too. We'll take a look at. Here's another GS Buick. Sure don't make them like this anymore, folks. I wish I would. I had a 70 Dodge Charger in high school. I wish I would have kept it. Had it painted just like the General Lee and the Dukes of Hazzard. Had the 01 on it and everything. But here's your Camaro Super Sport. I knew a guy that had one of these in high school. It was a black one. He used to race it all the time. I remember me and my buddy racing my mom's Roadrunner against him. He gave us like a 4 or 5 car head start, and he still beat us. Of course, I was running a 3.8. There's a 318 in my mom's Roadrunner. And this thing had a 350 in it, I believe. It was super powerful, the one he had. All right, we'll go over here and look and see what's over here they're selling, just to check it out before we end this. There is a green Nova down there, and my mom's mom had a Nova and drove it till she couldn't. She had 3 or 4 Novas, and she stopped driving when she got older, and I think my uncle bought it from her. Got a lot of collector cars and books, license plates, if you're into that stuff. Some DVDs.
This is for a Ford.
And then I got these collector trucks that you can get. These Hesses. That's cool. It's got a plane on it.
Put this on the side. Put that on the side of your Thunderbird.
There's another one for sale. It's a 37, 1937. Wants $68,000 for it. I'll check one more car out here. It's a Buick. These cars were solid back then. I tell you, solid. Look at the inside of that. Buick Wildcat. Comes an old goat over. It looks like GTO coming in there. So they are coming in as we talk, and I wish I could be off this weekend to see some of the other ones. But unfortunately, like I said, I got to work. We'll take a look at this Ford over here parked. 1922 Ford. Pretty neat. So I hope you enjoyed this, looking at some old automobiles with me, and seeing the Tucker car, the first one off the production line. And like I said, the lady owns that, said it's worth $4 million, and she owns 2 other ones, I believe. So hope you enjoyed this blog. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Feel free to leave comments, suggestions, things you'd like to see in the future. Give this video a thumbs up. Till then, go out and have your own adventures and enjoy life and go see things. Till next time, this has been Uncle Jimmy with Jimmy's Train Station Travel Adventures. Goodbye.